system and can inform how much time will it take to restore the supply. Work order management means that whatever maintenance activity you are doing, how much material is being consumed, then so that you may plan your future maintenance activities that can also be done through such applications. Live tracking locations, so that to minimize the time of attending any problem. Live tracking is also there. Real-time dashboards are available. Asset health and network health. There are a lot of equipments which are being costly equipment planned in the network, like power transformers, distribution transformers. So if you capture the data of related to operation in the real time, and if you can see that what kind of operation state is having, any parameter is going beyond limits, so that you may take the corrective action. Imagine, say, if a power transformer is going beyond its rated load, and if you do not control the load or take corrective measures, then what will happen? Ultimately, it will trip and the larger area will be out of supply. So that kind of arrangements are there. Preventive maintenance technology, all these things have been digitalized and all these applications have been provided to the in-house engineers, so that they should be able to not only report but also to capture data related to various abnormal conditions and normal operation also. So that kind of arrangement is there. External digitalization for the engineers and the crew members. So on the basis of this, what we can get improving the reliability of the power, key enablers. As you see that a strong digital backbone, what is there inside? SCADA-based systems are there, GIS applications are there, ADMS, automatic distribution, advanced distribution management systems. See, if your network is there, and if you know that where is the fault, you may take the corrective action. Not only that, automatic systems are now coming, so that the faulty section of the network is isolated automatically, and the rest of the system will be put into service again in few milliseconds or say seconds, so that consumers do not face the outage of the electricity. Proactive maintenance strategies. As you go for the maintenance activities, you need lot of information, lot of data is generated related to various operation parameters, state of the operation, material being consumed. All these informations are required to take decisions for the future actions, future corrective actions, to make the operations more efficient, to improve the productivity. So all these arrangements are required, and we are delivering it. Efficient grid management. See, any power utility is having different state of operations. Say in peak hours, if you see the Delhi or any North India utility load curve, you see 30-40% peak is there in comparison to average load. If I say the PSS Rajdhani Power Limited is having peak power demand of today's peak power demand of say 3000 megawatt, then it will be having average load of around say 1700 or 1800 megawatt. So 1200 megawatt will be the of the order of 1000 or 1200 megawatt will be the peak. So two peaks are being experienced at present in Delhi load curve. One is at around say 3 p.m. and another at night during night hours at around 11 p.m. So that kind of all those informations are required to make it efficient grid management, and overall impact, reduced outages, and what we get ultimately all through all these things, overall impact is reduced outages and faster restoration of the network, improved asset health and life cycle, enhanced customer satisfaction. If you manage your operations in a better way, you will get ultimately you are satisfying your consumers in a big way. Sustainability and resilience, that discussions are also going on before me, that any industry or any sector, maybe power sector, any industry, manufacturing industry also, until unless you make it sustainable through various initiatives, make it more efficient in operations, and if you able to reduce the cost through various operations, removing the defects from the initial stage, then you will be able to make it sustainable. And automatically, with respect to power sector, you will be able to improve the reliability of the supply also. Powering Delhi, see, not only that, as I said earlier, that the Delhi load curve is having 30% of peak. So what happens in the during peak hours? If you don't have any arrangement to clip the peak and average out the load curve, then what happens? Not only you install infrastructure according to the peak time, but also you are purchasing power to deliver to the consumers at the higher rates. So what is being done at present in modern systems, what we are doing, we are installing, as you have heard, BESS, battery energy storage systems, to clip peak demand. Say at particular substation, if it is having say 100 megawatt of demand, then if you clip that 20 megawatt, then you can average it out at around 80 megawatt. Say in morning hours, it will be having say 50-60 megawatt. During that time, you may charge that battery energy storage, and you may pump again to the grid through battery energy storage around say at 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. and again during evening. So that kind of two cycles you can, two peaks you can clip and average out the load curve. So that is also one of the most important thing what you are doing, you are making your operations more reliable, more efficient, more consumer centric, so that the tariff is also getting reduced. Then on the basis of all these initiatives, what you get ultimately is the optimizing of the power purchase cost, peak power procurement. See, if you don't have these kind of initiatives, you are getting costlier power during peak hours. Then what will happen? The cost of tariff will go high. You are burdening consumer more, and cost savings on the basis of all these initiatives, you can reduce the cost. Integration of the BESS, strengthening reliability. Reliability is also getting improved, which you can see from the figure that the Delhi, our area, is having the SAFI, means how frequently the power goes for a particular consumer, which you can see from the figure. For a consumer in BRPL area, it is around 0.5 times in a year. It means if we are having 30 lakhs of consumers, then only 16 lakh consumers are experiencing power outages once in a year. So that is the level we are maintaining. And that power outage is only less than 20 minutes per year for a consumer. So that kind of, while the national average you may see is around 10 hours for a year. So that kind of, through taking various initiatives, we are maintaining our systems like that. And finally, everything comes down to the business case. Make your operations efficient and cost effective. So most important parameter for any distribution utility or power sector utility is the tariff. So you can see it is only possible by way of reducing the losses. Earlier, as I said earlier, that the 50%, 56% were the losses at during say year 2000, and now these losses have come down to around 6%. And you can see how the other utilities are performing, like Nagaland, etc. National average has been 16% AT&C losses if we talk about the distribution sector, whereas we are having around 6% of AT&C losses. And how all these things have been done, various initiatives, what initiatives has been taken for reduction of the losses. If you see, we are having two, generally when we talk about the power sector, two types of losses are there. Commercial losses. Commercial losses means related to billing, etc. Commercial losses. And another is the network related losses, technical losses. So different initiatives have been taken since 2002, like consumer, numbers of consumers have been added. 100% consumers are metered, or not only metered, but electronic meters have been installed. Initially, there were so many issues related to fast meters, etc. But all these things have been now settled down. So 100% meters are electronic meters having automatic downloading facilities so that no human error should take place. Accurate billing through automatic downloading of the meters. Payment gateways are there. There are numbers of options for the consumers to pay their bills. They may pay from their home itself. No need to visit our centers. Then continuously energy audit. All these things, all these initiatives have been taken to reduce the commercial losses as well as to reduce the technical losses, like new technologies have been adopted. Not only that, until and unless you measure what is the state of your operation, you cannot improve it. This is the management funda. If you do not measure what is the condition of any state, you cannot improve it. So that's why we did the DT level metering, and on the DT level metering, uh, tagging various consumers installed on that meter, we should be able, we will able to narrow down that where are the losses, and accordingly these were reduced. Equipment, new lines, new infrastructure have been laid so that the technical losses are reduced. Then new network has been created. Power factor. See, one of the key parameter is the power factor. If you are having power factor, the losses will be more. So that has also been improved, and network length, new network has also been laid. Through this 24 years, 2004, various new technologies have been adopted, which you can see on this slide. Foundation was laid through the new technologies. Electronic metering and downloading infrastructure were laid in 2004. Then in 2008, further technologies were adopted, like SCADA, you have heard. Real time you get information parameters about the operation of your grid systems, and you take decisions to take various corrective and control actions. Then further in 2012, GIS systems were used, and outage management systems, high voltage distribution system HVDS, to reduce the losses further. In 2019, latest further technology were implemented, like EV charger, DMS distribution management systems, GIS systems, smart prepaid metering, and like that in 2025 we talk about the further new upcoming technology like vehicle to grid. During night hours, the vehicles are charged at home, or whenever it is required, it can be connected to the grid and supply power to the grid during peak hours, so that you do not purchase costly power from the other power producers. Rather, you purchase it from your own consumers. So that kind of new technologies are being adopted. Just before, we were also talking about the digital twin, how you see your entire state of operation, maybe distribution utility, maybe any industry. If you make the digital twin in the virtual world, that how it is, how it looks, what are the different parameters of operations, then you can see that where is the defect going on, where is the power outage going on, what is wrong, any machine is going to give up, is there any problem which is upcoming. Through this application, we can implement, if we implement this, then you can better manage your operation in efficient manner and make it more reliable. So finally, with all these learnings, I can say that any, not only power sector utility, any industry, if adopt these type of modern technologies, digitalization, automation, installing various IoT based sensors, capture your real time operations, then you can take better decisions, you can improve upon, you can deliver much better way to make your operations more productive, more efficient, and less defect producing. So that kind of things can be done, and by for doing that we can go through various stages. Like, you first assess your state, that what is the condition of your present state or of your operations, how it is performing. Then you built upon various systems, digital systems, according to your requirements, suitable for your requirements. Then scale these solutions, apply these solutions to your systems or processes. And not only that, develop a strong people centric culture, empower them, train them, so that they should be able to deliver according to the requirement. That is also very important. And continuous improvement is the very important thing next to developing your people and adopting the system. If you continuously keep on improving, small improvement, so that you finally get whatever you want, means you want to excel in your industry or in your processes, you will finally get that kind of output, reliable systems, efficient systems, and more productive processes. These are the other initiatives, not only internal but to the society, towards society also, that what we are doing as a responsible corporate, how we are doing with the society. Not only we are supplying electricity, but we are also doing social work. And these are some of the awards which are being which are appreciations to our company. So like that we are doing. And finally, I would like to say that by adopting such kind of systems, digitalization, automation, modern technologies, estimating new initiatives, installing sensors, etc., you can estimate the level of operations or whatever you are doing, wherever there are problems in your systems, and you can make it more efficient, more productive, more reliable. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. We sincerely express our gratitude for your excellent keyword address and for sharing your vast experience with us. Your words have been truly enlightening and will remain a source of inspiration for us. I would like to request our dignitaries to kindly honor our distinguished guest with a token of appreciation for sharing his valuable knowledge and inspiring thoughts with us today. A big round of applause, please. Yes. Thank you, sir. Now we move forward for the paper presentation session, but due to shortage of time, we will be taking only one paper. Paper ID 11, Quality Management in Indian Construction Industry, a systematic approach through register, procedure, process, and codal compliance by Engineer P. Surya Prakash.
Good afternoon. I know I'm standing between lunch and the session. So I would like to, I will try to complete as soon as possible. In fact, this topic has been very close to my heart, and we have been implementing. What I'm presenting is what we are doing actually. It's not a theoretical paper. It is a practical uh, uh, presentation of the process we are following in our company, Satyavani Projects and Consultants. I'm a managing director of Satyavani Projects. So it's a quality management in the construction industry. Basically, I'm into construction industry. Mostly we are into buildings, industries, infrastructure. And also we have in-house electrical, mechanical, design, air conditioning, firefighting also. So the systematic approach through registers, this is what I'm focusing actually, and procedures, that is the methods that will ensure the quality. The process and quality compliance is the ultimate thing in any of the quality actually, code compliance. So the quality is the subject today, and as we all know, quality is not abstract actually, it is relative always. We always compare quality with what is already done and better. We work towards better, and quality has its value and ultimately aesthetic. We have seen many people talking about the aesthetic value of the quality, and it is also functional, and quality also gives life to the facility that we are working on. So I define quality as a relative value giving aesthetics to the function or life of constructed facility. This is what we always talk about serviceability in our construction structures. So quality management in construction industry, we have a framework for achieving consistent outcomes actually. So we maintain we all know Central Vigilance Commission has come up with the registers to be maintained to ensure and assure the quality. So we follow these registers, 22 registers that are required in the construction. And the procedures, the method statement. In fact, in particularly the civil construction, there are a lot of interpretations of the codal provisions actually. So to avoid that, we insist on consultant or a vendor to define the method beforehand as per the drawing that is issued, so that the engineer in charge will only verify the quality as per the method defined. So if the method is followed, quality is assured. So this is the method statements. We all know in most of the critical activities it is followed, but we suggest as the quality compliance to follow in all the activities, including the painting. I'll share some of the examples. So system-based quality management, field-oriented implementation, that's what I have given, bridging the gap between code provisions and site practices through these method statements and registers, and the focus on defect avoidance through planning, proper planning, and industry significance. So we are all seeing India, in fact, I was representing Institution of Engineers in FIB Congress, and India, out of 42 countries that have presented the construction scenario in the international conference, India is leading actually in terms of volumes, in terms of implementation of technologies also. So there are higher quality expectations, technological advancements are required, and we are adopting BIM precast construction technologies and automation in construction using BIM level LOD 6 also. So quality variability, lack of uniform implementation, and structural deficiencies, result of poor execution or inadequate supervision. These are all the causes of deficiencies. And because of that, there are cost overruns. We have been seeing the NHA minister always talking about cost escalations from the DPR that are given. And if there is no quality in DPR stage itself, so obviously the cost overruns will be there. It starts with the investigation. So we have even defined the method statements for the investigation, like topographic survey, geotechnical investigation, environmental impact assessment. All we have to do the complete in detail. So we have defined the scope of this investigation in very crystal clear way with the method statement, the number of boreholes to be done in geotechnical investigation also, as per the code. So the quality fundamentals, if you see the quality assurance, as part of quality assurance, as I mentioned, method statements, process definition, and the system documentation, and finally the assurance. Ultimately, it is the people who have to ensure and assure that all these compliances are done. And next, quality plan. We have plan and audit. Actually, without audit, there is no quality. Without control, there is no quality actually. So documentation will ensure that quality, because always the quality when audit starts will go back to what is done. Unless there is documentation, we cannot verify and confirm that there is a compliance to the quality. Testing, of course, NABL certified labs testing, and the sampling defined as per the code. Mock-ups in particularly construction industry, we insist on mock-ups so that the quality assurance is done in the mock-up itself. And the sample labs, all the materials that are to be followed, we insist on setting up the sample lab and keep all the samples so that the compliance with the actual mass production can be checked with the sample that is given. And acceptance, it should be minimum 80 to 95%. There is no 100% acceptance actually. If anybody says we have 100% acceptance, then there is no quality actually. That means there is no quality check. And the rectification finally for the quality control, quality audit, quality vigilance. This is what we go through in every project actually. So I always give the test plan for all the materials. I'm just showing one example, like cement. What is the test plan for the materials? We define beforehand in the tender stage itself. And the next stage passing checklist for construction activity, various stages, we define the acceptance test for every stage. And then site layout also, like preparation of the excavation, site layout and all. So I have condensed my presentation. I have a very detailed thing, but because of lack of time, I'm trying to conclude very far. So I have given each one sample only. And finally, plan is like dharma. And control is, we have samabheda dandopaya, like in any of the activity. So control, if they follow it, we can always say follow the quality control norms. That is sampling, number of samples to be tested and verified. Audit is Bheda actually. We differ with the quality control being done, then it is a Bheda. Vigilance is a Dandopaya. Actually, I was appointed on about 1 lakh crore worth of projects to be audited after completion of 5 years. So we had to go through all the project, starting from the DPR contract to execution and the documents available. Wherever there is no compliance, we had to order the vigilance inquiries. Almost like 60% of the projects we had to order vigilance inquiry. So that is the Dandopaya. That is the only. Unfortunately, I'll conclude with this statement. The engineers are being made scapegoats. In fact, the decisions are political. Cabinet takes the decisions on DPR or cost of the project or contract. And finally, engineers are supposed to maintain the political decision. And when it comes to audit, next political party, when they come, they will appoint us. In fact, it is happening in Telangana also, in Andhra Pradesh also it happened. So unfortunately, me being an engineer, ordering vigilance inquiry against engineers for a political decision is a very pathetic thing that is happening. We all engineers have to work for it. And we always, in fact, my white paper I'm giving to Institution of Engineers is on this topic only. So I have made a document that we have to respect engineers and engineering decisions, and engineers should not follow political decisions. Then the quality will be perfect. No engineer will deviate from the quality, whether it is plan, assurance, control, or audit actually. So I wish that all engineers will comply to the quality. With this, I conclude. In fact, my presentation is quite large. It is with 350 slides, including the photographs of my projects and all. Probably, if it were a keynote, then I could have covered all the aspects. But definitely, as a paper, I cannot cover all these aspects. I have made a concept paper for this, and I'll conclude with my thanks slide at the end. These slides.
We will include this in our publication.
Yeah, I can share details with you. So these are all the project photographs, including the activity, how we have worked out the method statements, and I have prepared the method statements, including the waterproofing and the scope and final delivery, plumbing and sanitary in construction mainly, and these are the slides. Yeah. These are all the actual project reports that we have made on the quality, and finally the safety also. There is no quality without safety actually. That is also my concept. Oh, sorry. So I'll conclude with this. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I took 10 minutes as I promised. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, we have come to an end of this session. I sincerely thank the presenter for sharing his valuable research work and insightful ideas. I also express my gratitude to respected session chair, Chaudhary sir, speakers, audience for their active participation and support in making this session as meaningful and successful. Finally, I would like to request other dignitaries and hosts to kindly felicitate our session chair, Engineer J.R. Chaudhary, as a token of sincere gratitude for his valuable presence.